Welcome to Bipolar Talks, a mindful space where we explore the raw, real, and often misunderstood experiences of living with bipolar disorder. Imagine waking up each morning knowing your entire mental balance depends on a pill. It's not just a habit, it's a lifeline. But it's also complicated. What does it really feel like to take bipolar medication every single day, for years, or even a lifetime? This episode is for those who've ever asked, is it worth it? Why does it feel so heavy? And how do people do this day in and day out? We're going deep into the heart of daily medication, its burdens, blessings, and everything in between. Before we begin, if this podcast resonates with you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Your engagement helps us reach more people who need to know they're not alone. Being medicated for bipolar disorder is more than just treatment. It's a daily choice to stay grounded. But it's not easy. Behind every dose is a story of struggle, of hope, of negotiating identity and side effects. Taking bipolar medication every single day is not just a routine. It's a lifeline, a struggle, and an act of courage. In this episode of Bipolar Talks, we explore the real experience of living with daily medication. The emotional weight, side effects, trial and error frustration, and the unexpected strength that emerges over time. Today we'll uncover what taking bipolar meds every day really feels like, the emotional and physical side effects that linger, how stigma, internal and external, affects the journey, the frustrating trial and error of finding the right medication, the cultural silence around meds, and why it matters, the peace that can eventually come from acceptance. This isn't just a clinical breakdown, it's lived truth, and if you're living it too, we see you. For many, the day doesn't begin with a cup of coffee, it begins with a pill. And missing that pill, it's not a small mistake. It can send your entire emotional world spinning. I set alarms. I carry backups. I've left dates early just to make sure I don't miss my dose. That's how serious it is. Taking your medication is not about weakness. It's survival. It's structure. It's choosing stability in a body that fights it. The ritual becomes almost sacred, a moment of control in a condition that often feels uncontrollable. Bipolar meds save lives, but they can also reshape lives in hard ways. Think beyond the basics. Think emotional numbing, sleepiness that won't go away, constant hunger or strange food cravings, feeling like your brain is fogged over, losing your spark or libido. I missed the highs. I missed me. But I knew I couldn't survive those highs without crashing hard. The emotional weight of side effects is real. It's grieving parts of yourself while protecting your future. But it's also learning patience. Bodies adapt. Minds adjust. Sometimes the fog lifts. Taking meds for mental illness shouldn't be shameful, but many feel it anyway. I take meds for my heart, no big deal. But bipolar? That one I keep secret. There's public stigma, sure, but the internal stigma, that voice that whispers you're broken, that's the one that hurts the most. It's fueled by culture, by media portrayals, by years of being misunderstood. Let's be clear, you're not broken. You're adapting, surviving, healing. Medication isn't a sign of weakness. It's evidence of incredible self-awareness. Let's break it down. Bipolar medications work on brain chemistry, regulating mood by adjusting neurotransmitters. Mood stabilizers like lithium or lamotrigine help reduce mania and depression. Antipsychotics target dopamine regulation and reduce hallucinations or delusions. Antidepressants may be used cautiously during depressive phases, though they can trigger mania. It felt like a blind bet, swallowing a pill, hoping tomorrow would be better. And often it is. But it's slow. Sometimes imperceptibly so. Understanding the science behind the meds can offer empowerment. You're not just taking something, you're engaging in neurochemical care. This may be the most soul-draining part. Trying, failing, adjusting, trying again. I changed meds 6 times in 2 years. Some made me suicidal. Some made me manic. One just made me sleep 16 hours a day. Each new prescription is a mix of hope and fear. Because every adjustment comes with consequences. It's not just side effects. It's waiting, worrying, hoping it won't destabilize you further. The process requires fierce courage, but persistence pays off. Many find the right combo, even if it's not perfect. Why do some people need meds while others don't? It's a mix of genetics, stress exposure, trauma history, and brain wiring. For those with bipolar disorder, meds don't replace therapy or lifestyle, but they create the foundation that makes healing possible. Imagine trying to build a house during an earthquake. That's untreated bipolar. Medication helps calm the ground. Let's not forget the good. Thanks to meds, I can hold a job again. I can show up for my kids. I can live. Before meds, I was cycling so fast I couldn't breathe. Now I have space, mental space to think, to be. It might not be a magic cure, but it can be a powerful tool. Some describe it as finally having the volume turned down on the chaos inside their heads. Accepting lifelong medication is heavy. It can feel like giving up, but really it's about showing up. I used to resent every pill. Now I see it as a form of self-love, a promise I make to myself daily. Acceptance doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't mean loving the meds. It means respecting what they do. Medication can be a bridge, not a cage. And on the other side of that bridge, stability, selfhood, possibility, some ways to make medication more manageable. Link it to daily habits like brushing your teeth. Use a weekly pill box to stay organized. Set multiple reminders if needed. Track mood changes in a journal or app. Don't stop cold turkey. Always talk to your doctor first. Give yourself credit. Every day you take your meds is a win. Support helps too. Let someone you trust know what you're taking and why. In some cultures, taking psychiatric medication is seen as taboo. Mental illness is hidden, denied. This adds an extra layer of burden, especially for BIPOC, LGBTQ+, and immigrant communities. It felt like I was betraying my family by needing meds, but I had to choose life. We need to normalize these conversations. Medication is healthcare, not a character flaw. You are not your diagnosis, and you are not just a medication schedule. I'm more than my pills, but they're part of my story. They help me write that story now, instead of being consumed by it. Medication doesn't erase you. It grounds you so your full self can emerge. Let your identity be bigger than your struggle. Let's end with words from real people on this journey. I don't love taking meds, but I love being here. Every pill is a reminder that I'm still choosing myself. It's not perfect, but I'm finally okay with that. Your experience is valid, and your voice matters. Taking bipolar meds every day isn't easy. It's layered. It's lonely sometimes, but it's also incredibly brave. It's a daily act of resistance, a decision to hold on, stay grounded, and hope again tomorrow. Thank you for being here. If this episode spoke to you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let's keep the conversation going. You're not weak for taking your meds. You're wise for choosing stability. This episode is for informational purposes only. It does not replace medical advice. Always consult a licensed mental health professional for your treatment decisions.